I wake up every morning before my alarm, check my phone, and hope her name is there. Most days it isn't. I still smile anyway. I tell myself she's busy. I tell myself I matter. Did she text you back? Marcus asks while we walk to class. Not yet, I say. He snorts. You always say that. Lena sits 2 rows ahead of me. I watch her twist her pen, bite her lip, sigh softly. I know all her habits. I know when she's stressed. I know when she's sad. She never asked me to learn those things. I just did. That afternoon, she finds me in the library. Can you help me study? She asks. Of course, I say too fast. She smiles. That smile is enough to erase my bad week. I quiz her, explain concepts twice, rewrite notes for her. When she complains about her parents, I listen. When she says she feels invisible, I tell her she isn't. You're always here, she says. I want to be, I reply. Marcus texts me later. You're doing it again. I ignore it. A guy behind us laughs when Lena answers a question wrong. I turn around. What's funny? He shrugs. She's slow. She's not. I snap. At least she tries. Lena touches my arm. It's okay. But it isn't. I defend her like it's my job. I feel proud when she leans closer to me afterward. I feel chosen. That night she calls me. Can I vent? Always. She talks for an hour about feeling lost, about wanting something more, about being scared of ending up alone. I lie on my bed staring at the ceiling, imagining my name fitting into her future. You're different, she says softly. My heart pounds. Different how? Safer. I take that as hope. The next day, Marcus corners me near the lockers. You're giving her everything, he says. What are you getting back? I don't need anything. I say that's not healthy. She just needs time, he shakes his head. Don't build a home in someone who sees you as furniture. I laugh it off. You're dramatic. He doesn't smile. Weeks pass like this. Me helping, me listening. Me waiting. I cancel plans. I skip sleep. I convince myself love is patience. One evening, Lena meets me outside the cafe. She looks nervous. Can you do something for me? She asks. Anything. She hesitates. I need you to help me prepare. Just one last time. For what? She exhales. For a conversation I'm going to have soon. With who? She avoids my eyes. It's important. I nod even though my chest tightens. Okay, I say. She smiles again. I don't see the warning. I only see hope. I follow her because she said to wait outside. The cafe is loud, full of laughter and glass, and I stand near the hallway pretending to scroll my phone. My hands shake. I hear her voice before I see her. I didn't plan this, Lena says. A deeper voice laughs. You always say that. I lean closer, hidden by the corner. Ethan stands there, tall, clean, confident. His watch flashes under the light. He looks like certainty. I think I love you, she says. The words punch the air out of me. You sure? Ethan asks. Yes, she says quickly. I've never felt this way before. My chest burns. I wait for my name. It never comes. He steps closer. What about the other guy? She sighs. He helped me figure things out. Figure things out? So you used him, Ethan says. I didn't mean to, she replies. He's just always there. My ears ring. Always there. Like a chair. Like background noise. I step out. Lena. She turns pale. How long were you there? Long enough, I say. My voice sounds broken to me. Ethan looks me up and down. This him? She nods slowly. I laugh, sharp and weak. So this was the conversation you needed help for? Listen, she says, reaching out. I step back. You told me I mattered, I say. You told me I was different. You were kind, she says. But kindness isn't love. Ethan smirks. Someone nearby watches. Then another. Whispers spread fast. So I was practice, I say. She swallows. You were never the one. The sentence lands and keeps echoing. People laugh. Not loud, but enough. Enough to sting. Ethan shrugs. Don't take it personal, man. I stare at him. You knew. Of course, he says. She talked about you all the time. That hurts worse. She cried on my shoulder, I say. She called me at night. Lena looks away. I needed support. I nod slowly. And now you don't. Silence stretches. Ethan checks his phone. We going? She hesitates, then nods. They walk past me. No goodbye. No apology. Someone bumps my shoulder and mutters, tough luck. I stand there while the noise swallows me. Everything I thought I was feels wrong. I believed being good meant being chosen. I was wrong. I walk out into the cold air. My phone buzzes. Messages light up, screenshots, jokes. Someone tagged me. Marcus calls, "Where are you?" I can't talk, I say. "Did she?" "Yes," I cut in. He exhales. "I told you." "I know," I whisper. I sit on the curb. Cars pass. No one stops. I feel small. A group from class walks by. Someone snickers. Is that him? I pull my hood up. My chest tightens. I replay every word I ever said to her. I wonder when I stopped being a person and became a tool. I text her, "Why?" 3 dots appear, then vanish. Nothing. I open our old chats. Good morning messages. Late night calls. Promises I imagined. My hands shake harder. I type again. Was any of it real? Seen. No reply. That is when something inside me cracks. Not loudly. Quietly. I realize I don't know who I am without being useful. I stand up. My legs feel weak. People pass me like I'm invisible. I used to think love was earning a place. Now I see I erased myself. I walk home, carrying a name that feels empty. For the first time, I don't trust my heart. I don't trust hers. I don't trust anyone. Something ends tonight. I just don't know what begins. I look at my reflection in a dark window. I don't recognize the face staring back. I was never the one. I whisper. The words finally break me. I slide down the wall, alone, shaking, emptied. This is the night I lose myself, and it hurts deep inside. I stop raising my hand in class. I stop answering questions. I sit there staring at my notebook, hearing Lena's voice instead of the lecture. Marcus drops into the seat beside me. "You failed the quiz," he says. "I know. You never fail. I guess I do now." He studies me. "You haven't slept." "I'm fine." That's a lie. "Drop it," I snap. He leans back. "I'm trying to help. I didn't ask." That ends the conversation. At work, I move slower. I mess up orders. I forget things I never used to forget. Nora notices. She always does. "You okay?" She asks quietly while handing me a receipt. "Yeah," I say. "You sure?" I said yeah. She nods, but her eyes stay on me. "If you need..." "I don't," I cut in. She steps back. "All right." I replay Lena's words every night. "You were never the one." I hear it when I brush my teeth. I hear it when I close my eyes. I scroll through our old messages like they might change if I look long enough. I text Marcus and delete it. I text Lena instead. "Can we talk?" No reply. The next day, I wait outside her class. My heart races like it used to. She walks out laughing with friends. She sees me and freezes. "What do you want?" She asks. "I just need closure," I say. She sighs. "There is no closure. Please," I whisper. "Just tell me what I did wrong." "You didn't do anything," she says. "That's the problem." Her friends watch. Someone smirks. "So being there was a mistake?" I ask. She lowers her voice. "You're making this awkward." "I gave you everything," I say. "I never asked for everything," she replies. I feel my chest tighten. Did any of it mean something? She looks away. "I'm late." She walks off. That night, my professor emails me about missing assignments. I don't respond. Marcus calls again. I let it ring. At work, Nora finds me sitting alone during break. "You don't eat anymore," she says. "I'm not hungry." "You're disappearing," she says softly. I laugh without humor. "Feels accurate." She sits anyway. "You don't have to go through this alone." "I do," I say. She watches me for a moment. "You remind me of someone who keeps bleeding just to prove they're alive." Her words stick. I see Lena again 2 days later. I run after her. "Just talk to me," I say. She stops, annoyed. "What do you want me to say?" "Anything," I beg. "I chose someone else," she says. "Move on." "I can't," I say. "That's not my problem." The sentence hits harder than before. People stare. Someone whispers my name. I nod, even though I'm breaking. Okay, I walk away shaking. That night, I sit on my bed staring at the ceiling. My phone buzzes with unread messages. My grades, my friendships, my pride gone. I think about all the times I ignored warnings. All the times I chose hope over dignity. I stand up suddenly. If holding on ruined me, then maybe letting go has to be violent. I grab my jacket. I don't tell anyone where I'm going. I just know I can't stay like this. Not another night. Rain hits my face like needles as I walk without direction. My phone buzzes once, then goes silent. I don't check it. I already know it isn't her. "Slow down," a voice in my head says. I ignore it. Cars rush past, headlights cutting through the dark. My shoes soak through. My hands shake, but I keep moving. What are you even doing? I mutter to myself. No answer comes. I replay every moment I begged. Every time I smile just to stay useful, my chest tightens. You did this, I whisper. The sidewalk blurs. Rain mixes with something warm on my face. I don't bother wiping it away. A horn blares. Loud. Close. I look up too late. Time stretches. Everything slows down, like the world is holding its breath. I think about my room, my unfinished notes. Marcus's warnings. Nora's eyes when she said I was disappearing. I think about Lena's voice saying I was never the one. I let this happen. I say. Impact hits like silence. Then nothing. I wake up to beeping. Sharp, steady, cold. My body feels heavy, like it doesn't belong to me anymore. My eyes sting when I open them. White ceiling. Bright lights. Hello? I croak. No one answers. A nurse walks in. You're awake, she says. What happened? I ask. You were hit by a car, she replies calmly. You're lucky. Lucky. The word sounds wrong. Can I see my phone? I ask. She hands it to me. The screen lights up. No new messages. No missed calls. Did anyone come? I ask. She shakes her head. Not yet. Hours pass. Or minutes. I can't tell. The door opens again. A doctor steps in. You had internal injuries, he says. But you'll recover. Recover, I repeat. Yes, he says. But you should rest. He leaves. The room feels empty. Too quiet. I stare at my phone again. I scroll through my contacts. I don't call anyone. I did this to myself, I whisper. The thought doesn't hurt anymore. It feels true. Night falls. Machines hum. Rain taps the window softly now, like an apology. I imagine someone rushing in. Marcus yelling, Lena crying. Someone holding my hand. No one comes. A nurse checks my vitals. Try to sleep, she says. I don't think I can, I reply. She gives me a small smile. You're stronger than you think. I don't answer. When I close my eyes, I don't see the accident. I see every moment I stayed quiet to keep peace. Every time I erase myself to be chosen. I'm tired, I say to the dark. Morning light creeps in. My body aches. My chest feels hollow. I open my phone one last time. Still nothing. That's when it hits me. Not the pain. Not the fear. The truth. No one is coming to save me. I survived the crash, but something else didn't make it. The part of me that waited. The part that begged. The part that believed being good was enough. I stare at my reflection in the glass beside my bed. My face looks older, quieter. Get up, I tell myself. Not today. Not tomorrow, but someday soon. The old me ended on that road. I'm still here, but I'm not the same person who walked into the rain. I wake up sore and slow, but my mind feels clear for the first time. The hospital room smells clean and empty. I pick up my phone and stare at Lena's name. My thumb hovers. Then I delete the contact. That's it. I whisper. No message. No explanation. I block her everywhere. My chest tightens, but it doesn't collapse. It feels final. Marcus texts me. You alive? I read it and lock my screen. I need silence, I tell myself. Days pass. I ignore calls. I skip visits. I heal alone. The quiet is heavy, but it's honest. I stop replaying her voice. I stop asking what I could have done better. I start asking why I kept shrinking. A nurse checks my stitches. You've been lucky, she says. I don't want luck, I reply. I want peace. She nods like she understands. When I'm finally discharged, the sky looks wider. I walk slowly, feeling every step. My phone buzzes again. Marcus. I let it buzz. At work, I move carefully. My body still hurts, but my head stays steady. Nora notices immediately. You're back, she says. I never left, I answer. She studies my face. You look different. I feel empty, I say. She doesn't flinch. Empty can be a beginning. We stock shelves in silence. It's not awkward. It's calm. During breaks, she sits across from me. You don't joke anymore. I don't pretend anymore, I say. She nods. That takes courage. No one has said that to me before. I look away. Marcus corners me after work. Why didn't you answer? I needed space, I say. From me too? Especially from you, I reply. He sighs. I was worried. I know, I say. But worrying doesn't fix what I let happen. He looks hurt. So what now? Now I choose myself, I say. He doesn't argue. That night I sit alone in my room. I don't open old chats. I don't imagine apologies. I write a list instead. Sleep, work, heal, breathe. My phone buzzes once more. Unknown number. It's Lena. Please talk to me. I stare at the screen until it goes dark. No. I say out loud. For the first time, saying it doesn't scare me. The pain is still there, but it doesn't control me. It sits quietly, waiting. I sit with it instead of running. Nora texts later. You okay? I type back. I'm learning. She replies with a simple heart. I don't feel owned. I don't feel used. I don't feel invisible. I lie down and close my eyes. The silence stays, but it feels lighter now. I don't need approval to exist. I don't need to be chosen to matter. I'm still here, I whisper, and this time I believe it. I sit up and breathe slowly, counting each inhale. My hands still shake, but they listen now. I promise myself I will not chase silence with noise again. Tomorrow I will return to class. I will accept the damage and fix it piece by piece. I picture Lena's face and let it fade. I picture Marcus's worry and let it rest. I picture Nora's calm eyes and feel steady. None of them define me anymore. This is mine, I say. I stand and stretch, feeling pain argue with strength. Strength answers back. I check my calendar and write one goal. Survive today honestly. When sleep finally comes, it comes without dreams. That feels like mercy. I'm not healed. I'm not brave. I am simply done breaking for people who never noticed. That is enough for now. I turn off the light and let the dark sit with me. It does not judge. It does not demand. I breathe once more and choose to stay. Tomorrow can wait. Tonight, I am safe with myself. I whisper goodbye to who I was and welcome whoever I become next quietly now. Months pass without announcements. I don't post changes. I just show up. Marcus notices first. You're standing straighter, he says. I stopped bending, I reply. He nods. You look solid. At work, I move with purpose. I don't rush to please. I don't apologize for existing. Nora works beside me like it's natural. You lift now, she says one evening. I needed somewhere to put the anger, I answer. She smiles. Is it helping? It's teaching me patience. She never asks about Lena. She never pushes. She just listens when I talk about small things. Sleep, progress, fear. You don't owe anyone a performance, she tells me. I know, I say. That's new. We sit outside during breaks. Silence stretches, but it doesn't hurt. You're calmer, she says. I learned to stop chasing noise, I reply. She looks at me carefully. You deserve peace. No one ever said deserve before. Rumors drift in without effort. Ethan yelling in public. Lena crying in a car. Breakups that don't stay broken. Marcus tells me once. They're a mess. I shrug. Not my story. You don't feel anything? I feel relief. I say. One night, Lena texts from a new number. Can we talk? I show Nora. She doesn't tell me what to do. She just says, what do you want? I want quiet, I answer. Then protect it. I block the number. My hands don't shake. Weeks later, I pass Lena on the street. She looks tired, older. She opens her mouth. I nod once and keep walking. My heart stays steady. At the gym, a guy claps my shoulder. You're different. I stopped waiting, I say. At home, I fix things I ignored before. A broken drawer. A loose handle. Small repairs feel like promises kept. Marcus watches me study one night. You're catching up fast. I stopped giving my time away, I say. He exhales. I'm proud of you. I accept it without shrinking. Nora and I walk after work sometimes. No labels, no expectations. You're safe to be around, she says once. So are you, I reply. That feels enough. Another rumor reaches me. Ethan left. Lena begged him to stay. He didn't. Marcus waits for a reaction. I just say, I hope she learns. And you? I already did. One evening, I catch my reflection in a window. Stronger shoulders. Clearer eyes. I don't smile for approval. I smile because I recognize myself. Nora notices. That look suits you. What look? The one where you belong to yourself. I breathe in cold air and feel grounded. I didn't rebuild loudly. I rebuilt honestly. Karma doesn't rush. It walks. And for the first time, I'm not looking back to see who's watching. I see her at the corner store, reaching for a drink like she hasn't rehearsed this moment 100 times. She freezes when she notices me. I keep walking until she says my name. Hey, Lena says. I stop and turn. Hi. Her eyes scan my face like she's searching for proof. You look different. I feel fine, I say. That's it? She asks. That's it. She laughs softly, unsure. How have you been? Busy, I reply. With what? With my life. She bites her lip. I heard you're doing better. I am. There's a pause. People pass between us. She shifts her weight. I didn't think you'd ignore me forever. I'm not ignoring you, I say. I'm choosing myself. Her eyes soften. I never meant to hurt you. I know, I say. And I mean it. She looks surprised. You don't sound angry. I'm not. That seems to bother her more. Marcus calls my phone. I answer. What's up? Can we talk? He asks. Now? Yeah, I glance at Lena. I have to go. She nods slowly. Okay, no apology, no begging. Just confusion. Marcus meets me outside. I messed up, he says. I know. I left when you needed me. I noticed. I say calmly. He flinches. I'm sorry. I forgive you, I say. He exhales. So we're good? We're better, I reply. But different. He nods. Fair. We sit on a bench. You don't need me like before, he says. I never needed anyone like that, I answer. He smiles. You finally sound like yourself. I stand. I have somewhere to be. Where? Forward. Later, Nora texts me. Saw Lena today? Yeah, I reply. How did it feel? I think before answering. Quiet. She sends back a smile. That night, Lena messages me. Can we talk properly sometime? I stare at the screen. My heart doesn't race. My hands don't shake. I'm okay as things are. I type. Dots appear. Then stop. I set my phone down. Power doesn't feel loud. It feels steady. It feels like not needing answers anymore. I realize something as I brush my teeth. She noticed me because I stopped reaching. She heard me because I stopped explaining. Marcus texts once more. Proud of you. Thanks, I reply. I lie in bed and stare at the ceiling. I don't replay conversations. I don't imagine different endings. I just breathe. For the first time, I feel taller inside my own chest. Lena doesn't haunt me anymore. She mirrors me. And the reflection is clear. I turn off the light. I don't wait for messages. I don't wonder who I am to others. I know who I am to myself. It changes everything. Lena waits for me outside work like she used to. Arms crossed, eyes tired. I stop a few steps away. Can we talk? She asks. I glance at the door behind me. 5 minutes. She nods quickly. Ethan's not who I thought he was. I say nothing. He checks my phone. She continues. He tells me who I can see. He disappears for days. That sounds hard, I say. She looks at me sharply. That's all? That's all, I repeat. She exhales. You used to listen. I used to disappear, I reply. She flinches. I need you. No, I say calmly. She steps closer. You're the only one who ever cared. I cared, I correct. Past tense. Her voice cracks. So you're just going to watch? I'm not watching, I say. I'm living. She shakes her head. You're cold now. I'm steady, I answer. Silence stretches. Cars pass. People walk by. He says I'm dramatic, she whispers. I'm not your mirror, I say. She looks confused. What does that mean? It means I won't explain your pain back to you, I reply. Her eyes fill. I made a mistake. I know, I say. Do you forgive me? I already did, I answer. But forgiveness isn't access. She wipes her face. So this is it? Yes. She laughs softly, bitter. I chose wrong. You chose, I say. She stares at the ground. You would have never treated me like this. I know, I say again. That's when it hits her. Not anger, not regret. Lost. She looks up. I lost you. I nod. She waits for comfort. It doesn't come. I should go, she says. Take care, I reply. She walks away slowly. I don't follow. Nora waits inside with 2 coffees. You okay? Unclear, I say. She hands me a cup. That's better than okay. We sit together after work. No heavy talk, just shared space. You don't rush things, she says. I don't need to, I reply. She smiles. That's rare. Later, Marcus texts. She's struggling. I hope she finds help, I reply. You're really done, he writes. I'm finished being useful, I answer. That night, Nora and I walk under quiet lights. You didn't look happy, she says. I wasn't supposed to, I reply. Any regret? No, I say, just closure. She nods. That matters. I realize something as we walk. Love shouldn't feel like debt. Care shouldn't cost your spine. Lena wanted intensity. She got control. She wanted excitement. She got silence. I wanted peace. I earned it slowly. Nora stops and looks at me. You're safe, she says. So are you, I reply. That feels real. I don't feel victorious. I don't feel smug. I feel done. And for the first time, done feels like freedom. Lena calls my name softly from behind me. I stop, but I don't turn right away. I already know what this is. Please, she says. I turn. She looks smaller than I remember. Not weak, just tired. Can we talk? She asks. We're talking, I reply. She swallows. I owe you an apology. I wait. Silence does the heavy work now. I was selfish, she says. I took your care and treated it like it was guaranteed. I say. She flinches at how easy it sounds. I didn't understand what I had until it was gone. She says. I told you who I was, I reply. I didn't listen. We stand there while people pass. No one rushes us. Do you hate me? She asks. No, I say. That makes her eyes fill. That's worse. I don't carry you like that anymore, I explain. She nods slowly. Did you ever love me? I don't answer right away. I let myself feel the truth before I speak. I did, I say, but I love myself more now. Her breath catches. She presses her lips together. I wish I had been enough, she says. You were never the problem, I reply. The timing was. And me, she adds quietly. Yes, I say. She wipes her face. Is there any chance? No. I answer. Not cruel, not cold. Just clear. She closes her eyes. I thought if I said sorry it might fix things. Sorry fixes wounds, I say, not endings. She nods again. You're different. I'm honest, I reply. Another silence. Longer this time. I lost you, she says. Yes, I agree. She laughs softly, broken. I kept waiting for you to come back. I came back to myself instead, I say. She looks at me like she finally sees me. Really sees me. I hope you're happy, she says. I am learning how, I answer. She steps back. I won't reach out again. I appreciate that, I say. She hesitates. You were the best thing I never chose. I feel the words, but they don't hook into me. They pass through. Take care, Lena, I say. You too, she replies. It ended, I reply. She nods. Clean endings matter. They do, I say. We walk side by side. No dramatic music. No victory speech. Just steps forward. I don't feel like I won. I feel like I chose myself without apology. And that feels like peace. I used to imagine revenge like a movie scene. Her crying, me silent. Karma loud. I don't picture it anymore. The images feel flat now. Marcus asks me over coffee. Do you feel better knowing she regrets it? I feel done. I say, that's enough. He studies me. You're not angry. I was, I admit. But anger wanted attention. I don't. He nods slowly. You grew up fast. I had to, I reply. Later, Nora walks with me after work. The air is cool, honest. You seem lighter, she says. I stopped carrying fantasies, I answer. She tilts her head. Revenge ones? All of them, I say. We stop near a quiet street. She looks at me carefully. Can I ask you something? Yes. Are you actually moving forward? She asks. Or just standing still without pain? The question lands. I don't dodge it. I'm scared, I say. Of what? Of trusting again, I answer. Of giving and losing myself, she nods. That fear makes sense. I let it happen before, I say. I ignored signs. I offered everything. You didn't deserve what happened, she says. I know, I reply. But I allowed it. She doesn't interrupt. I confused love with endurance, I continue. I thought being useful meant being valued, and now? She asks. Now I know better, I say. She smiles gently. Knowing better doesn't mean never opening up again. I'm not sure how to do it safely, I admit. And faces me. And forgiving yourself? I'm working on it, I say. She nods. That matters more. That night, I sit alone and think about who I was. Not weak. Just unguarded. I don't hate that version of me anymore. I understand him. I text Marcus. I'm okay. He replies. I see that. I don't replay arguments. I don't draft speeches. I don't wait for justice. Life already handled it quietly. I realized revenge was never about her. It was about proving I mattered. I matter without witnesses now. The fear still whispers sometimes. It asks what happens if I open my hands again. I don't answer it with promises. I answer it with boundaries. Nora texts later. You thinking too hard less than before, I reply. That's progress, she writes. I smile. Growth doesn't clap. It doesn't shout. It sits with you and asks if you're ready to stop running. I am, not because I won, but because I learned. I meet Marcus at the same cafe where everything used to hurt. It doesn't hurt now. It feels ordinary, which is better. You look alive, he says. I feel present, I reply. He stirs his coffee. I left when you needed me. You did, I say. I won't do that again. I believe you, I answer. But I won't disappear for anyone anymore. He nods. That's fair. We talk about school, work, small plans. No apologies looped into guilt. Just honesty. When we stand to leave, he pulls me into a quick hug. Glad you stayed, he says. So am I reply. Later, Nora and I walk through the park. Leaves crunch under our shoes. She keeps her hands in her pockets. I like that she doesn't rush. You've been quiet, she says. I'm choosing carefully, I reply. About what? About letting someone in. I say. She stops walking. I don't need promises. I know, I say. I just need to be honest. She nods. Then say it. I like you, I tell her. But I'm not looking to be saved, and I won't save anyone. She smiles softly. Good, I'm not lost. We sit on a bench. Silence settles without pressure. I almost died, I say suddenly. She doesn't interrupt, and I realized. I continue. I was living for approval instead of truth. She looks at me. What does truth look like now? Boundaries, I say. Consistency. Choosing peace even when chaos is louder. That sounds solid, she replies. I'm still learning, I add. She nudges my shoulder. So am I? My phone buzzes. A message from Lena sits unopened. I don't feel curious. I don't feel pulled. I lock the screen. You okay? Nora asks. I am, I say. We walk again. I don't replay the past. It feels distant. Like a story I finished reading. That night, I sit at my desk and plan the week. Classes, work, gym, rest. No chasing. No proving. I whispered, this is mine. The words don't shake. Marcus texts later. Proud of you, I reply. Me too. I don't need an audience. I don't need a win. I need stability. I need to wake up without dread. Nora calls. Did I scare you today? She asks, half joking. No, I say. You grounded me. Good, she replies. That's what healthy feels like. I lie back and stare at the ceiling. My chest feels full, not tight. I think about the road, the rain, the hospital lights. I think about how close I came to giving up everything for someone who never saw me. I'm here, I say out loud. And it doesn't feel like a promise. It feels like a fact. I didn't lose love. I lost illusion. What remains is quieter. Stronger. I chose the life I almost died without. And I'm finally living it on purpose. I hear about the breakup from Marcus first. He doesn't sound excited when he tells me. He sounds careful. It's over, he says. I pause. Completely? Yeah, he replies. No fixing this time. I nod even though he can't see me. I hope they both find peace. There's silence on the line. Then he says, you really changed. I stopped fighting ghosts, I answer. Later that week, I see Lena across the street. She stands outside a cafe, phone in hand, staring through the glass. She doesn't come in. She just watches. I'm sitting inside with Nora. We're not holding hands. We're just talking. Calmly. Nora notices my pause. You okay? Yeah, I say. She follows my gaze and understands without asking. Do you want to leave? No, I reply. I want to stay. She smiles. Then stay. Lena looks away first. I don't feel proud. I don't feel sad. I feel finished. Nora sips her drink. You're quiet. I was thinking, I say. About what? About how I used to think survival meant holding on, I reply. Now I know it means letting go. She nods. That's growth. It's peace, I correct. We walk afterward, slow and easy. She talks about work. I listen without losing myself. You don't disappear when you care, she says suddenly. I don't want to, I answer. Good, she says. Neither do I. That night, Marcus comes over. He looks around my room like he's seeing it for the first time. You're organized now, he says. I needed structure, I reply. He sits on the edge of the bed. Do you ever miss her? I think carefully. I miss who I was when I believed everything could be earned. He nods. But not her. Not anymore, I say. He exhales. I'm glad you didn't disappear. I almost did, I admit. But you didn't, he says. I shake my head. I stayed. The days that follow are quiet in the best way. No drama. No waiting. I wake up, move my body, do my work, speak honestly. Nora calls one evening. I don't need you to be anything, she says. I just like who you already are. That's a relief, I reply. She laughs. It should be. I pass the hospital one afternoon and slow my steps. I remember the ceiling lights, the silence. The truth that no one was coming to save me. I did, I whisper. Later, I get a message from an unknown number. I hope you're happy. I don't reply. I don't need to. Happiness isn't loud anymore. It doesn't beg to be seen. It sits quietly and waits for me to notice it. Nora meets me after work. You look tired, she says. Good tired, I answer. She bumps my shoulder. That's the kind that lasts. We sit on a bench and watch people pass. I don't compare myself. I don't wonder who's winning. I say, I used to think being replaced meant I failed. She looks at me. And now? Now I know I was reborn, I say. She smiles. Big difference? I breathe in and feel steady. I think about Lena one last time. Not with anger. Not with longing. Just clarity. She wanted a kind of love that hurt loudly. I wanted one that healed quietly. We were never meant to meet in the middle. That doesn't make either of us evil. It just makes us human. I walk home alone that night and catch my reflection in a window. My eyes look clear, my shoulders relaxed. You survived, I tell myself. Not perfectly. Not heroically. But honestly, I didn't get the girl. I got my boundaries, I got my voice, I got my life back. And that is more than enough.